This week we'll be going over all of the achievements in Slime Rancher. It's a pretty chill game all about catching slimes, setting up a ranch, and just making some money off of it. It has 57 achievements and takes an average of about 48 hours to complete. And now, let's get to hunting. First up, we have Plort Peddler for selling 100 plorts at the plort market. This should be one of the first ones you get because it's literally just for shooting 100 plorts, the things that you can make money from, into the market. You can get plorts by picking them up out in the field or by ranching some slimes and feeding them whatever the food is that they like. Then there's Boop for letting a tabby slime headbutt you right on the nose. Basically just go out into the wild or bring some back to the ranch and stand there while they're jumping towards you. Tabbies will naturally try to boop you, so it shouldn't be too tough to get one to do it. Just like you have that natural urge to boop that YouTube membership button. We have membership levels ranging in price with perks like some dope emotes that you can use in the comments of videos and streams, special membership roles over on our Discord, and even being featured in the producer shoutout section at the end of videos. Next will be Catch for shooting food into an airborne slime's mouth. Sounds simple enough, and you might even get it accidentally. But if you're aiming to do it on purpose, just wait for a slime to jump into the air and shoot whatever kind of food it likes into its mouth. We then come up to Fortunate for earning 5,000 Newbucks. This is similar to Well Off Rancher for earning over 25,000 Newbucks, and Upper Crust for earning over 100,000 Newbucks. The main way you're going to do this, or really the only realistic way, is to sell plorts. Whether that's by ranching a bunch of slimes, which it should be, or just by picking up plorts from out on the range. Going along with earning Newbucks, there's going to be a slightly harder version of these with a quick Newbuck for earning 5,000 Newbucks in a single day. It's really not that hard, you just have to kind of save up some plorts, wait for their market price to go up, and then sell a bunch in one day to earn at least 5,000. Now, Up All Night is going to be for staying awake from 6 AM to 6 AM the next day. This you may get without meaning to, but essentially you just need to stay out in the range, out on your ranch or whatever, for 24 hours. Don't go into your house or sleep or anything like that. There's plenty to do, so it shouldn't be an issue. Next up will be Jelly Belly Burst for bursting a Gordo slime. Gordos will be these big boys sitting around the map in different areas that you'll need to feed certain foods depending on the type of slime they are. Once they eat enough, they'll blow up and give you some rewards. Some of which will be slime keys that are required to open up the big slime doors and progress to different areas. Speaking of that, Open Says Me is for opening a slime gate, so burst one of the Gordos that give you a key and use that key to unlock one of the slime gates. Then we might as well cover a couple that are going to the different areas of the map to go along with that. Mine All Mine is for discovering the quarry, and On the Other Side is for discovering the mossy blanket. Essentially, you can access the mossy blanket from heading straight and to the left from your ranch, and the quarry can be accessed from the right. From there, we also have Into the Past for discovering the ancient ruins. This is the next area, essentially between the other two biomes, but on the other side from where the ranch is, and you have to do some puzzle type things to get through there. Then at the end of the ancient ruins, you can unlock a teleporter in order to get Smoke, Fire, and Mirrors for discovering the Glass Desert. Once you're in the Glass Desert, you'll be able to work on Renewal for starting to bring back life to the Glass Desert. For this, you'll just need to solve the puzzles for one of the mountain areas by using plorts to activate the 3 nearby statues, then suck up that type of water and spray it onto these plants to turn them into little oases. Then we have Transporter for selling 500 plorts at the plort market, and then going further along those lines, there's Plort Authority for selling 1,000 plorts at the plort market, Plort Powerhouse for selling 2,500 plorts at the plort market, and Plort Tycoon for selling 5,000 plorts at the plort market. This is all self-explanatory, but just keep on selling plorts as you go through the game and you'll eventually get there. Tasty is for feeding 50 slimes on the ranch their favorite food. Each slime type has a certain food that they like more than the rest that will make you double plorts when you feed them. I'll pull up a chart that shows the favorites of each of the different slime types here so you can come back and reference it, or just check it out over on our website linked below. Largos can eat either of their favorite food types and produce double plorts either way, so definitely take advantage of that. Next we'll go into Ball Pit for jumping into a corral containing at least 40 slimes. Of course that just means stick at least 40 slimes into one corral, and then jump on in. Then we have Buck for feeding 100 chickens to the slimes on the ranch. You'll need to have some carnivorous slimes on the ranch for this, and you'll probably want a coop with some chickens as well. The numbers that you'll want on your coop will be 4 chickens and 2 roosters to keep them pumping out chickens and use those to feed your slimes. For free Rangin, you'll need to collect 50 plorts on the range in a single day. This is pretty simple as well, just go out into the range and pick up plorts off the ground. You do have to get all 50 within a day, so you'll probably need to shoot some food into the wild slimes to get more plorts, but it shouldn't be too hard to do. Next, we'll go over Hasty Exchange for fulfilling a range exchange request between noon and 2 p.m. This is going to be the big machine near the main exit of the ranch where you can take on missions to complete for some small rewards. The easiest way to complete one that quickly, because they reset at noon, is to stock up on slimes, food, and plorts so that when you accept a mission, you can just pull them out and complete the mission. Then there's Omnivorous for feeding pink slimes on the ranch 10 different types of food. Pink slimes are the first ones that you see, and they're also able to eat literally any piece of food. Just feed them 10 different kinds over time and you'll eventually get this. For Not My Morning, you'll need to get knocked out before 10 a.m. Basically, you'll just want to sleep for the night, then wake up, and then you can literally just go back behind your house and jump off the ledge. Next, we can get Salad Bar for having 3 different veggie gardens on the ranch at the same time. You'll want to purchase some of the ranch expansion areas to do this, but basically just make gardens for the foods that you find. Once you get 3 set up for different kinds of vegetables, then you'll get this one. Then very similarly to the last, Fruit Cocktail is for having 3 different fruit trees on the ranch at the same time. Just like the last, you'll want to make those gardens, and once you have the 3 different types of fruit, you'll get the achievement to pop. While You Were Away is for returning to the ranch after more than 24 hours. This one can be a little tough to do naturally, but just go out exploring, trying to find some slimes, or go AFK for a while. Whatever you have to do to spend 24 full hours outside of the ranch before returning. And those are in-game hours, not 24 real-life hours. So don't worry, it's not that long. Next, we can get Fireworks for shooting a boom slime largo into the air that explodes before landing. This one has a few steps. First, you need to find a boom slime and either take it back to the ranch or feed it another type of slime's plort to turn it into a largo. Then, while it's angry at you, you want to suck it up and hold it until it's getting ready to explode. Then look up, shoot it up into the air so that it goes off while flying through the air. Then we'll go ahead and get fully loaded for having a maximally upgraded corral, coop, and silo on the ranch. That means you'll just need to place down each of those types of items and go to the upgrade station part of it, then buy every upgrade that you can to max it out. Do that with all 3 of those and you'll get this one to pop. Risky Business will be for having 3 different types of largos in the same corral. Of course, that just means you'll need to combine some slimes to get 3 different combos, then put them all in one corral and you'll get this one to pop. Don't keep them like that though, it is a little too risky. Next will be That Only Works in Comic Books for standing inside of a rad aura for at least 15 seconds. Make sure you have no radiation on you already, then suck a rad largo to hold it and keep it on you for 15 seconds. That's probably going to be the easiest way to do this. Speaking of holding onto a slime for 15 seconds, we have Once Bitten, Twice Bitten for holding onto a tar for 15 seconds. This is the exact same thing, but you'll need to go find a tar slime, or make one, and then hold onto it for 15 seconds. Then we have Carousel for incinerating an elder chicken. You'll need to build an incinerator, take an elder hen, and then pop it into the incinerator. I know. How could you? Well, it's not that bad when you find out that there's also You Monster for sending an adorable chick to a fiery end, the same place that you're now destined to go. Anyway, Diversification is for having at least 10 types of largos on the ranch. This one is going to take a little bit of work to get done. You need to get these largos somewhere that they're not going to have tar issues by eating another slime's plort after already being a largo, so don't feed them again after they're a largo, just keep them isolated and I guess starve them. Then, just work on creating them from different combos until you get it. Even if you do a bunch of pink slimes combined with different types, they'll all count as different ones, so it really isn't that difficult to do. Similarly to that, we have Six Pack for having at least 6 different types of slimes in the same corral. You just want to make sure that you don't feed any of those and shove them all into one corral, and you'll get it fairly easily. Next up, we have Burstin at the seams for putting at least 50 units into each slot of a fully upgraded silo. So of course, we first have to place down a silo, upgrade it fully to get all 4 sides of storage, and then fill it with whatever you have a lot of, whether that be food types or plorts or a combo, as those are going to be the easiest to get a lot of, and just fill them up to 50 for each one of those, and you'll get this achievement. Then we have Hat Trick for obtaining at least 3 gold plorts from a single gold slime. This one can be a bit tricky, but once you know what to look for and listen for, it gets pretty simple. You just have to get a little lucky. First, you'll want to get to level 22 of the 7Z Rewards Club, where you unlock Golden Sure Shot. This makes it to where you can always get 3 golden plorts from a slime, then bring those around with you until you find a random golden slime spawn and shoot that ginger into it to get your 3 gold plorts. We did mention the 7Z Rewards Club in that last one, so we should probably talk about one person at a time for joining the 7Z Rewards Club. Simple enough, just go up to your house and you can pay for the membership in that menu. Something else related to that rewards club is Color Me Impressed for using chroma packs to change the color of the ranch house, tech, and vac pack. You'll unlock these periodically as you go up the ranks, and you'll just need to put some kind of color combinations on each of those to get the achievement. 7Z rewards are also going to be how you can get mint in box for purchasing at least 10 different types of slime toys. You'll unlock these throughout the ranks, and you'll be able to place down a vending machine to buy them. Just buy 10 different kinds and you'll get this one. For controlling the chaos, you'll need to constrain more than 15 slimes in your vac stream at once. This is pretty simple as well. You just want to suck in a large amount of slimes first, maybe 30 or so, and then shoot them all into as enclosed of an area as possible, either a sort of corner of the map, inside of a cave, whatever. Then just start sucking them up, and as long as you have 15 within your vacuum's range, you'll get the achievement. Next, we have Pool Party for filling a pond on the ranch with at least 5 different types of slimes. So first, make a pond somewhere or use the built-in one in one of the ranch expansions, and you'll want to first have a water slime sitting in there since he'll just stay put and he won't jump out. Then grab 1 slime from 4 different other types, take those to the pond and shoot them in there for the achievement to pop. Then that brings us to the 3 Rush Mode achievements: Rush Challenger for reaching 10,000 Newbucks in Rush Mode, Rush Champion for reaching 35,000 Newbucks, and Rush Plort Master for reaching 75,000 Newbucks. Now, I'm not going to go super in depth on this one, but I did make a video going over the strategy on how you can get all of these in a separate video linked down in the description. But wait until the end of the video to head over there. We need to keep the retention up to pay for all these diapers and wipes that we're having to buy now. Now, over in the lab area, which is another expansion, we can get a lot of the achievements related to slime science gadgets that were added in a later update of the game. Onward to Science is for fabricating your first slime science gadget. This is done by going over to the lab building, shooting materials in, and then using the terminal to make different items. And there's a lot of different kinds of things to make. Which is why there's also Be the Builder for fabricating 35 gadgets, and Never Stop Creating for fabricating 100 gadgets. It's going to take a little while to get there, but eventually you'll get there. Next, we'll go over Best of the Worst for placing a tar on the number 1 slime stage. The stage is one of those gadgets that you can make, so you'll just need to go find a tar slime, place down the stage, and then put that tar on it. Then, She's on Fire is for scoring 50 points in a single game of Slime Ball. This is another slime gadget, and what I found to be the easiest way to take care of this was to make the slime ball hoop, put it into the grotto area of your ranch, and then sit on a ledge with a bunch of pink slimes, because they're just the easiest to get. And then as the hoop comes around to you, start shooting those pink slimes into the hoop as fast as you can. That way you can get as many as possible, and it should get you most of the way there. Then at that point, you can just jump around picking those slimes back up, hop back up on the ledge, and when the hoop comes back around to you, do the same thing, and then maybe clean it up a little bit after to get the last few. Another slime gadget that you can fabricate is the snare, and for the hunter has become the other thing. For snaring a hunter gordo, you'll need to place down snares until you end up getting a hunter gordo in it. It shouldn't take too many tries to make this happen. And there seems to be, I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's meant to be this way, but right outside the front entrance of the ranch, if you go over to the left, put a snare right there.
A few minutes later.
And boom, it's basically always a Hunter Gordo. Now for one of the big ones, we have Pro Style for completing the Slimepedia. That means you'll need to have every single slime, food, etc. entry added into your Slimepedia. I can do a full video going over all of these and their locations if you guys want. Just let me know down in the comments. For now, I've got the list of everything included in the Slimepedia scrolling, but by this point, you should have nearly everything other than maybe a food item or one of the things that you get from the pumps or the apiaries or something like that. which is why you'll also want to be making drills, pumps, and apiaries throughout your playthrough in order to get those additional items exclusive to those tools. Then we'll start getting into the end of the game, where we can get doors like these for discovering where Hobson's journey ended and started once again. For this, you'll just need to go to the end of the glass desert and get into that last room / area of the map where you find another note left by Hobson, pick that up, and you'll unlock the achievement. Now after you get that last achievement, you've unlocked the last thing that's needed for the adventure continues for completing adventure mode and set out for what's next. In order to get this, you'll just need to be reading the letters that you're getting throughout the game, find Hobson's last note, and then sleep for another day or two to get the last letters out of the way. Once you get to the very last one, you'll be able to get this achievement. And with that, we have 100% of the achievements in Slime Rancher. Shout out to our YouTube member supporters, and you can get your name added to the list by becoming a channel member at the Achievement Hunter Adept level or higher. And of course, go check out my Rush Mode strategy guide that I did a little bit ago.